Hey everybody, welcome back to the You Should Know podcast. I mean, actually this isn't a podcast at all. Obviously the studio's closed and I can't bring in people for you guys to learn about, so I thought this would be the perfect time for you guys to learn more about me. So I went to Instagram and I asked you guys to leave me questions for this video, and I also took questions from the comment sections and DMs that y'all left me months ago, and so I'm about to answer those for you guys right now. I don't know how entertaining this is gonna be, so I'm gonna try to make it as entertaining as possible. I don't know why, but I am super nervous about this. I don't know. This is gonna be weird, but here we go. I didn't ask if you guys wanted your names to be in the question, so I'm gonna leave them out just in case y'all want y'all's privacy. So I think a good way to start this would be, how long have you been podcasting? Honestly, under a year. The first podcast I ever officially did was the one with Armani, and the only one I did before that was a trial run with my brother. But ever since I was a kid, I've always been a fan of broadcasting. Like when I used to play 2K, I would just turn the volume completely down and commentate over the games and just pretend I was an announcer. Like that's always what I wanted to do, was just be in broadcasting. So being able to do this podcast is honestly something I've been wanting to do my entire life, and it's actually really fun. So the next question is, is this on Spotify or where is it at? The audio only versions of the podcast are on every streaming platform, iTunes, Spotify, to SoundCloud, to literally anywhere you can listen to podcasts. It is on there, and I'll put the links to that in the description below. So this is probably my most frequently asked question, and it's, how you got Mark Phillips on your show? Honestly, to this day, I do not know. But the story behind it is, I went up to Mark one day at the gym and I came up to him as a fan and I was like, hey, I'm a big fan of your work. I love the videos, keep up the great work, dapped him up and left, and that was it. We ran into each other probably like 2 or 3 more times. Sometimes I said what's up, sometimes I didn't. It was just kind of casual. And this is before I even uploaded the first episode. I knew I wanted to do a podcast, but I haven't put anything out yet. I haven't recorded anything. At this point, it was just an idea. I was like, I want to do this show and I cannot mess up this opportunity to get Mark on the show. So next time I see him, I have to come up to him. So about the 3rd or 4th time I came up to him, I was like, hey Mark, this is the idea that I'm doing a podcast. I would love for you to be on it. He was like, oh, that's super dope. Yeah, take my number, this, that, and the other. And then after that, I uploaded the episode with Armani. I think he was able to see, oh, this is what it will be. And after that, we just had to wait for our schedules to align, and like 2 or 3 months later, he was on the show. So shout out to Mark. The next question kind of relates to that, and I get this often as well, is how you get the guest for your show. Honestly, it's just reaching out. I reach out to some people, and I'm super grateful and lucky to have the people that say yes. For the first 3 guests that I've had, I mean, they've just really believed in what I'm doing. They liked the content and they decided they wanted to be a part of it, and I'm so thankful for that. Let's see. I want to start a podcast so bad. How was the startup and buying all the equipment? This is different for everybody, but for me, I kind of had an idea of what I wanted it to look like. I wanted the 3 different cameras. I wanted it in a studio. So I was paying probably around $700 for each podcast. Luckily, after the second podcast, the studio that I rent out, they just bought the cameras for me. They do the switching of cameras live, and honestly, that took a big percentage of the money I was paying away. But it's literally different for everybody. If you want to start a podcast right now, you don't need a bunch of equipment. You don't need expensive cameras. You can literally do it all in your iPhone. I say just create, and once you build up the money to expand, keep doing it. Oh, this one is a little deep. Jesus Christ. What is your definition of happiness? Does it fall heavier with instant gratification, long-term achievement, or in the middle? Wow, I don't know if I am gonna be able to answer that. For me, I don't know. I think it's just being grateful for what you have and the opportunities you do have. But I don't know. I don't know. That is super deep. I don't know if I answered that right. This is a great question. What do you plan on doing during this quarantine? Honestly, I've thought about doing podcasts over Zoom. I've thought about doing FaceTime podcasts, but honestly, I don't know. I think I'm gonna do more like vlog style videos for right now. If that's something you would like, drop a comment and tell me, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure it out right now, but I am gonna be putting content out. So I feel like this is a great question to end things on, and it is, who is going to be your next guest on the podcast? I can't officially say yet because we don't have everything squared away and written, but if you watch Netflix and you've seen this guy before, and it should be a great podcast. Make sure you subscribe so you know when that comes out. Follow me on everything. I really appreciate you guys watching. I will have videos coming out to you soon. I don't know how to end videos, but see ya. I don't know.